It really started back with Ronald Reagan. It happened in the 80s. Newt Gingrich and all these people. Newt Gingrich, I read this whole book about Newt Gingrich. It was called Burning Down the House. And what he would do back in the days when C-SPAN and cable would first be around, he was one of these guys to discover how to do sort of fake news. And C-SPAN at the time would have one camera and it would only show the podium inside the chambers of the House or in the Senate. And so he knew that they would not show the cameras behind the podium. So what he would do is that he would get up on the podium during the live broadcast of C-SPAN, knowing that nobody was in the chamber. And he would start saying things and saying, Democrats, if you really truly disagree with me, then somebody come up here and say something. Somebody come up here and dispute me. And obviously nobody was going to dispute him because nobody was in the chamber. So it made it look like, that they were scared or they were believing what he was saying. And that's kind of how this whole fake news thing started. Now, I don't know how many people were literally watching C-SPAN at that time. So, but again, that's just started the whole thing. And then Fox News comes around, which further started this MAGA movement. Then the Tea Party, as Angel brings up, comes around. Then Sarah Palin comes around. And then Sarah Palin was sort of a catalyst. She really started sparking the MAGA movement because then you saw the crazies come out. Well, really, maybe the Tea Party people were the crazy ones, but the super crazy ones, the ones who were not really involved in politics, were the ones that were coming out. And you had the ones that were getting up on stage at the John McCain rally saying they won't vote for Obama because he's Muslim. And John McCain was like, no, we don't do that bullshit here. This is crazy shit. But, the door had been open at that point. And then Donald Trump comes on the scene talking about Barack Obama and his birth certificate. And he was chastised and made fun of at the what do you call that? The dinner that they have every year, the media dinner, where they have the big, basically it's a big roast of the media and journalists and stuff like that. And Donald Trump was there, and the whole night, Seth Meyers was making fun of him. Barack Obama was making fun of him. And you could see, if you haven't seen the video, go back and watch it, because first of all, it's hilarious. And you could see Donald Trump seething. He was so pissed during that whole thing that they say that's what really sparked him to run for president. Now, he's been talking for years, even back in the 80s, of running for president. Then he made, another few inquiries in the 90s. But then, I think he saw his opportunity in, after Obama had left, against Hillary Clinton, who came in as a polarizing sort of candidate. But, you could say whatever you want. Everybody keeps bringing up this thing is that Russia, and it was a big hoax. No, it clearly was not. Russia was 100% involved in our election, and there were MAGA people and Donald Trump associates involved in that whole scheme. So I don't know why we keep allowing this narrative that this was a big hoax and a big scheme, because it wasn't. There were plenty of people that were arrested. Americans, people that were associated with Donald Trump, were arrested based on that entire investigation. So when you have Russia doing everything they can to invade America through social media, misinformation and disinformation to help Donald Trump, that's why he ran. He knew he was getting that help. I know he knows. I know he knew that was going on. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. You cannot convince me he didn't know that Russia was involved in this whole thing. No chance. But anyway, got off on a tangent there.